be here and name my friends and children and my grandson.
Stand in front of the mic, Aunt Rain.
Use your teacher voice.
And those that are listening. Is this on?
Put it up a little, there you go.
Okay, my voice isn't carried very well, okay. My Soul is My Guide by Rumi. On a path of enlightenment, memories linger like clinging scent of burning pine. My dad and I walk on the worn trails in an old growth forest, around a pristine emerald green lake where only fish could swim. Trees as soldiers guarding precious jewels of rare protected plants on the ancient glacier trail. Our pace slows as he speaks with heavy accent, stories of his childhood. Catching fish with bare hands, salty taste of sea on his lips. Sure-footed climbs on rocky terrain over clear turquoise water, beating against cliffs on the Adriatic Sea. The heat of sun, while harvesting fresh figs, staining his fingers purple. Body now bent with age, his mind saturated with wisdom, head bowed, crossed himself, soul filled with tranquility. The sunlight cast shadows on the forest floor, his cathedral, cloaked in the mindfulness of his God. That was my dad. We'll continue on with him. The Master Stonecutter and the Apprentice. No promise of a miracle in late fall. It begins on a rainy day. Michelangelo, as a sculptor, felt the milky white marble was a living, breathing substance. So too did the master stonecutter. His well-chosen stones held his stories. The experienced master had an artistic eye. With trowel in his worn, aged hand, his hunched, bent spine, he patiently worked. The agile apprentice, with confidence of his youth, sharpened pencils, graph paper, clipped to a board, queried his many eager questions. Rain danced in the rich brown earth, drenched in silence he worked. Bricks and granite, stones, meticulously visualized, mortar mixed like fine dough. The apprentice suggests they wait, draw rendering. A raised trowel in his right hand, the master stonecutter gives pre-Nike advice. Just do something, even if it's wrong, do something. With reverence and stillness of the apprentice's mind, he understands. The plumb line quivers. What remains in the whisper of their spirit and the beauty of their work. And this is from my children's grandparents, The Ghost on Elm Street. She lumbers across the newly turned fertile earth in oversized brown lace shoes, caked with mud. Her husband stops, reaches for his round silver watch hidden in a small pocket beneath his striped suspenders. His large pulsating veins on his rough hands mapped with time. He measures time against the position of the sun. In unison, they inspect a newly awakened fig tree, sprouting signs of life after a long winter sleep. The pergola covered with vines of tiny, slender grape leaves, the worn red brick garden path, imprinted by the iron wheels of the faded red wagon. A black snake, the color of a starless sky, skips between the tall weeds, wet with rain. And here we are with Rumi again. I guess he's a favorite of mine. Those who love with hearts and soul, there's no such thing as separation. The moon, full of light, uncentered, drifts through the window, casting a black shadow shaped like a triangle. Your favorite book, Siddhartha, lies on your dresser, aged with dust, lit with moonbeams. Clouds drift over the moon. In the dark stillness, I feel your presence. Your spirit lingers as fragments of memories, like your easy laughter embedded in the creases of your face. You were one of them at the boisterous touch football games, on the worn carpet of grass in the yard. Your image, arms raised in a victory stance, dancing in a circle, shouting, "You got this one." A midnight raid of freezer, arguing that the best way to eat ice cream is right out of the carton. I embrace the still darkness, like the warmth of a soft blanket. On a cold night, fearing the moments would vanish. Minutes evaporate, a new day strikes, like the violet flame of a wooden match. And this next one is memories of my children. Rewind the time to the scene. Small barefoot feet dancing in the soft, cool grass. Hair flying like a kite. Bodies draped in laughter, like escaping iridescent soap bubbles. In the magic of the moment, pure serendipity, a cardboard box morphed into an airplane. Gears of a clock turn like lightning striking. Sneakers laced on adult feet, muscles stretched. They run on trails like cheetahs.
That's great.
And these are the next few are some memories from our trips to the Adirondacks. Lace up your hiking boots. God lifts his paintbrush, putting the final touches on a cool morning against misty white clouds like ruffled collars surrounding the peak of the mountain. Sun yawns, shadow stretches across the porch, pausing at the railing knitted of branches. The song of the loons cooling, feathered heads erect, they drift in the still waters. Muffled voices from the red canoe break my trance. Any advice from you, Rumi? The breeze at dawn has a secret to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. Mountains mirrored in the silky lake like a reverse painting on glass.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Winter under glass. What good is the earth of summer without the cold winter to give it sweetness? By John Steinbeck. Scintillating shards of frozen lace crystals cling on edges of shrinking puddles. Wind howls, sharp and biting, and the earth turns on its axis. I capture glowing rays from sunbeams, place them in a jar of lightning bugs, releasing them to the constellation Leo the Lion, blowing a soft, cool breeze on a warm summer night under ignited stars. Raise your voice and not, raise your words and not your voice. It is the rain that grows flowers, not thunder, by Rumi. On a journey of truth, the presence I hear, the rustling of the wind, is heavenly music, evidence of you dipped in vibrant details, and an arched cliff mirrored on the lake. Humanity cast its shadow upon a nation in turmoil, a scribble of darkness, words and actions of hate, fear and outrage. I pray to you in silence. Blow out the flames of anger. Soften the thunder of violence. Enlighten me with your benevolence. I feel your mysterious stillness in the gentle rain of peace. And this is a continuation of that one. Prayer for the gentle rain. I hear the rustle of the wind. It's heavenly music. I'm sorry, it's the same one. Okay, this is one from Thanksgiving in the Adirondacks, and they're clued in here. This is the garden of the world has no limits except in your mind. Thanksgiving 2016 in the ADK. White-faced mountain encircled by pewter-colored clouds, the table set with a mixture of wisdom and curiosity, individual cultures coming together by fate and circumstances. I rekindle gastronomic memories amongst a kaleidoscope of aromatic smells. Saffron-colored butternut squash, stuffed golden baked birds with a hint of rosemary and olive oil, buttery steaming mashed potatoes, roasted vegetables perfumed with garlic, crimson sauce, coating hand-turned gnocchi. Over there, sits Steve at the endless table, having a spiritual experience with a bowl of Italian wedding soup. Within shared conversation around the table, we discover our commonalities. We pull the threads from our story quilts, revealing a depth of self. The world of darkness and light, releasing experiences by way of words, at times exposing stories, piercing like needles. Sharing of ancestral history, escaping war, migrating to America, seeking freedom, gratitude for a new beginning filled with opportunities. The young adults sang out in song, inviting the mature adults to join in. Music mixed with laughter and dance, bonding spirits like frosting on cake. Yes, Rumi, the garden of the world has no limits except in your mind. So I have one more to read, but there's some acknowledgments that I'd like to say. Today is a happy day to see this end, but I'm not done with the Downtown Rotary Center. It materialized from the dedicated administrators of Phil and Georgia, and the amazing teaching staff that they have here, and the cohorts of poets that I've met along the way at the Downtown Writer Center. I'm especially grateful to Phil member in Georgia for their wisdom, their never-ending guidance, encouragement as I journeyed through the poetry program at a slower pace. A special thank you to my talented thesis advisor who is here, Sarah Perot, who is a remarkable gifted poet, and she writes from her inner beauty. To my children, and some of them are here, who are my inspiration, a heartfelt thank you to each of you. And my daughter-in-law, you make my being your mom an honor. Christina and Jeff G, Jeff and Holly, Sue, Alyssa, Rocky, and Ty, and my 14 grandchildren. And a thank you to my niece Cindy and Kathy for their love and support in journeying with me in this way. And gratitude to all my friends, and so many of them are here. And my poet friends and my poet friends, and to their encouragement and believing I could do this. And a special thank you to my technical advisor, Jeff Morganti, who understood margins. I have one more poem to read, and this is Untangling Darkness Under the Bright Moon. I imagine I see you, your baseball cap hugging your head, your body bent over the car engine as you wipe off excessive oil from the dipstick on a cloth hanging from your back pocket. It is a crisp fall day, a promise of winter, colorful array of leaves scattered on the wet ground, sticking to the sole of your shoes, rubbing your hands for warmth, you walk into the house. You begin the simple act of creating a strong cup of coffee. Straightforward, no sugar or cream. Folding the paper into fourths, you work a crossword puzzle with our daughter. Your presence fills the room with encouraging humor. Come on, you got this one. Deliberate strategies, words flow like lyrics. Letters fill empty spaces. Your hand on the creases of your forehead, searching as you think to fill in the remaining squares. Days fade, light shifts. A shadowless chair lingers empty. It is within this darkness where memories drift in silence. Under the moon, I shuffle through the crunchy pile of leaves, unearthing the scent of autumn. The night echo sounds. The wind as breath softly whispers. I pause. If I listen carefully, I can still hear your laughter.